Hi everyone. Um, I thought I might add another type of video to my YouTube channel. Um, FYI, if you're able to see the photo that I've shared, that's the poster I made for the film I'm reviewing. It's for the film Legend with Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, Emily Browning, Christopher Eccleston, and well, Tom Hardy. This film is somewhat close to me. My family were very close to the Krays, especially my father and Uncle Danny. The film itself, I mean, if I could get the few minor errors that they made out of the way, and this is me being a bit picky, and there's spoilers in this, by the way. The blind, the blind beggar pub, uh, which is an important feature of the film. In the film, it's tucked away on a side street, but actually, in real life, it's on the main road in Whitechapel. The scene with Jack the Hat at the end, that was not a real party. In real life, they told Jack it was a party to get him to the flat. There's a few others, but for me, the main strength of this film is Tom Hardy's performance. For me, it's up there with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood, Johnny Depp, Black Mass, etc. Some people have been unimpressed with Hardy's portrayal of Ronnie Kray in the film. Now, I never met Ronnie. So all I have to go on is my Uncle Danny, who was quite close to Ronnie. You know, they were good friends. Uncle Danny used to tell me that Ronnie did have a wacky sense of humor, and that's why Uncle Danny liked him. And actually, Ronnie Kray was godfather to Uncle Danny's son Stuart, my cousin Stuart. I do feel that Brian Helgeland beautifully captured the London vibe of the 1960s. And not easy, given as a lot of the buildings aren't around anymore. But the film was very stylish. Based on what I know of the Krays, it's probably 70 to 80% accurate. It does say based on a true story, but it is called Legend. So, but for me, the film was definitely carried by Tom Hardy's acting, and also Emily Browning. I thought she was very good. Now, people have mentioned the narration in the film. Now, if you watch the 2004 film Charlie, about Charlie Richardson, the character of Charlie Richardson was the narrator of that story. And I quite like the fact that the character of Frances narrated Legend, because as far as the innocent people that were around the Krays, she was probably the biggest casualty. I think personally she was portrayed to be quite strong in the film, but with some problems. And from what I understand, that's how she was in real life as well. She had problems before she met Reggie, but she was a strong person. So yeah, I enjoyed this film. Personally, I give it, if I'm honest, I give it a honest 9 out of 10. I think if I'm honest with myself, if it wasn't for Tom Hardy's performance, I think he carries the film. It's really a study of acting, actually, more than, okay, yes, you got one actor playing two people, and how did they do that, etc. But at this stage in the film, where it starts in the film, which is around about, I think, 1964, at that point, the Krays look different. Ronnie was taller, he was heavier, but their personalities were very, very different. And Tom Hardy, it's like watching two different actors play the craze. I mean, because their personalities were quite different, because, you know, Ronnie had schizophrenia. But it's one of the best acting performances, I think, in history. And I'm glad Hardy's been nominated for The Revenant, but how he didn't get a nomination for this, I mean, maybe the film wasn't well received enough, but it is an Oscar worthy performance. So if you're a fan of Tom Hardy, definitely go see this film. I think from an acting point of view, it's possibly his finest film. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. 9 out of 10. 7 of those 9 out of 10 is purely for Tom Hardy's acting performance. So yeah, I do recommend this film. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you're a fan of Tom Hardy. Okay, thanks for listening.